Welcome back to Day Zero, the pre-show. Don't forget that if you want a chance to win our diamonds, we have a diamond giveaway ongoing in the Covenry page right now. All you have to do is just look for the post there detailing the diamond giveaway. You just have to record yourself, record a video of yourself asking a question for the casters, and just make sure you comment on that same post Day Zero para alam namin na okay, nagsend nga sila ng submission, they followed the instructions, everything's clear. And the winner of that will be announced a few days before the start of MPL Philippines Season 8, which is of course right now still to be announced. But for today, the Day Zero pre-show is not over yet. This time around, we're going to be looking into the questions already sent to us, just so we can get an idea of what people want to know about the casters, about being a caster, or about the MPL. And we added one more extra friend to come in and join us and for answering the questions. We're now going to be joined by Leo, and will we get like a big four-man thing here? There we go. Hey, Leo's finally joining us here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. Sobrang natuwa ako dun sa interview nyo kasama si OSX and Nice too. Parang they were reliving the weekend we had at the boot camp, and I'm like, kilala ko sila before the caster search. Good friends with Nice and OSX prior, and parang yeah, that's my guy. Wala na, like, it's a proud moment. But yes, finally now happy to share the stage with you guys. Excited to be working with you at MPL.
Yeah, and man, I really wish that we didn't get delayed, but you know, we gotta follow the rules here. I'm really looking forward to finally working with you guys like on the casting table. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for that. But now we are gonna be going into your questions, the many questions actually that you sent us, and we have our first one here. Let's listen in. Okay, this one's from Adrian Alikdan from Batangas City.
Hello casters, what are your thoughts about the new MPL-PH team? Mas malakas ba sila ngayon or mas malakas yung dating roster? Thank you.
Alright, so Adrian Alikdan from Batangas City asking about the new MPL-PH roster. Let's hear from Dan, since you were here with us for MPL Philippines Season 7. Comparing the roster for Onyx from MPL-PH S7, seeing as how it stands now, how are you feeling about it?
Well, may mga dumating na bago. Obviously, mas lumaki lalo yung Onyx family. Pero may mga umalis din eh. So, you know, I'm missing Jay there, missing Coach Wolf. You know, Coach Wolf is no longer part of their coaching staff. And Yakno is with RSG now. So, marami talagang nag-rotate. Marami umikot dun sa Onyx. But their backup is something else. Like, you have Coach Yeb now. Rio is no longer head coach. So, you have Coach Yeb. May mga new bloods like Nico na pumasok. They picked up Riota. As in, if I just name everyone, hahabala, no? Pero I'm just saying, it looks like a different Onyx. Mamaya, kausap ko mamaya si Baloy. So there'll be some fun stuff later. But I think with the homecoming of Baloy, tapos yun nga, meron pa leadership ni Yeb Meister. And then, basta, masaya, I'm excited. I can't say for sure na objectively mas malakas. Pero, iba siya. Iba. That's all I'm gonna say. Iba ang MPL-PH ngayon.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much the most that we can say going into a new season until we actually see them play. Once nakita natin yung scores nila, once nakita natin placements nila sa table, that's only the time when we can say, mas lumakas nga sila. But then it's right, that it's just gonna be different. And I don't think it's just MPL-PH. I mean, I think other than Blacklist, and for example, Bren, actually even since the core of Omega, formerly Execration, still there, yeah, there's a lot of teams that look different. So what I'm just gonna say is just look forward to the new season, and you know, that's when we'll find out kung lumakas talaga yung mga teams, because again, it's a different makeup of the teams now. Naisu, as someone who's been following the MPL somewhat through the years, how does it feel now, like seeing a different format for this league? Of course, we have much we're in the league, the franchise system now. We have much larger rosters. How do you feel about all those changes?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised with the. First off, it's awesome that it's a franchise league now. The roster changes, and like you see these teams, and they have like multiple members now. It makes it interesting just because they have the room there to make adjustments, and like Leo said, the cool thing is you don't really know how things are going to play out. Like you can speculate, you can go off last seasons or the previous seasons and everything, but when you throw in new members to a team, it can change the dynamic as a whole. So if someone's used to watching old Onic or old, anyone, Bren or anything like that, with new players or even new coaches and new analysts on those teams, it can change that whole kind of the way the team plays. And I think that's what's exciting, especially now that they have bigger rosters, right? So for me personally, I'm going into season 8 with this open mind, like let's see some new stuff and new players kind of show what they're made of. And I think that's one of the most exciting things for me personally.
Yeah. The larger rosters, I mean, it could be surprising. I think we saw some off-season tournaments as well where teams like Echo and TNC really flexed the size of their roster and just shuffled members around to surprise. So, yeah, hopefully we'll get to see that, and I'm sure we will during the season. Let's go into question 2 this time around. Bring out the second question. I think this one is going to be from... There we go. Christian Apostol from Bacolod City. Uy!
Christian Apostle.
Christian Apostle.
Hello, ako po si Christian at ang tanong ko po ay ano po bang ginagawa niyong mga ritual bago po kayo sumabak sa mga tournament? Yun lang, thank you.
Ooh, I like this. More on the casting side. What are our rituals? OSX, ikaw, may mga ritual ka ba ginagawa before casting?
Ito yung pinakamasaya. I eat fried chicken before I do the casting. 2 pieces of fried chicken. It's for good luck. For me, it's my good luck. And doon na nangyayari lahat. I know we are trying to refrain from getting full during the casting. I make sure it's like an hour before. Pero every time I cast, I eat fried chicken. 2 pieces of fried chicken. Yun.
2 pieces
so like
fried
that's your
chicken.
meal. It's
2
so
pieces.
specific. Like, does it have to be like from a specific place or kahit ano na? Like
Yes.
basta 2 pieces
It's
of
a
fried
specific.
chicken.
It's
It's a specific
from
place. Okay.
It's a specific place. So parang I need that. Okay, yun na yun.
Saan to? Saan to? Like, I'm hearing it for the first time. Saan to?
Yeah.
It's in Bacolod. So so it's one of the best fried chicken that I've
Paano
tasted.
yan?
So parang
Nasa MPL tayo. Layo naman ng Bacolod chicken mo. Paano yun?
it's fine. Kumbaga, as long as I see it in my phone, as long as I see it, I'm good to go.
Yung pagkain para
Okay
sa
lang.
mata, tignan mo na lang as like, okay na. Basta
Okay.
na ako. I'm ready
I'm
to
ready.
cast. Let's go.
Okay na ako dun.
one of
Yeah, it's weird, but
One
yeah.
of the more interesting rituals, one of my rituals that I do, and I think Leo can attest to this, is that I stretch. I'm a surprisingly flexible dude. And you guys
Quite
will see
limber.
this. Like, I'm quite limber. Like, I will do stretches before I cast, warm up physically. It looks funny. You, Leo, I know some of your rituals involve coffee. Anything else that you do to prepare for a cast?
Always coffee. Kahit saan man, international, local, amateur, professional, dapat may kape. Always coffee. And it's a specific kind of coffee as well. And luckily, hindi siya nasa isang probinsya lang or lugar. It's Starbucks, all right? Call me basic, whatever. This is what my career is built on. Get over it. Ano siya? My specific order is an iced Americano, venti, extra shot, white mocha sauce, Breve no water. Yon, exactly that. Wherever you are in the world, alam nila yon. And that's what I order. And ayun, like it hits me. Luckily, years later, hindi pa naman ako nagde-develop ng caffeine tolerance. So gumagana pa siya. So,
That's
yeah,
good.
mamaya, di ba may shoutcast tayo? Reptar, may shoutcast tayo mamaya. Order ako ng kapeng yon para ready tayo mag-perform.
Yun. Okay. Actually, that's true. Hindi nawawala yun. Like, ever since, I think it was Wolf who introduced us to that drink. Hindi na huminto
Yes.
We just kept drinking it. And then there was also a trend at one point where may dedication ka. Like, yung pangalan na sa cup mo, it can be anyone else's name.
Yes. It has to be someone in the crew. Parang ikaw yung pinagtripan namin ng araw na to, and then we all ordered at the same time. And everyone has your name on their cup. Pero that's the thing is, you mentioned Wolf, right? Between me and Wolf, I've known him for years. I don't know who started the drink. Hindi namin matrace kung sino nagpauso at sino nagpakilala ng drink. It just so happened na one day, whatever you're having, and then yun na yun, like, alam na namin, but I don't know who started it. Like, I can't say.
Okay. I think that's a mystery we have to solve, or at least just let it be forever. Yeah. What about you, Nice? What are your pre-casting rituals?
I'm also on the coffee boat, man. I have to have a coffee before I cast, and I'm opposite of OSX. I can't eat before I cast. Like, I don't like the feeling of being full, and I also, honestly, when I cast, like, I feel like I get more into it if I'm like on an emptier stomach, and it's just caffeine in my belly, you know. So, that's pretty much it. I have coffee. I also sometimes stretch. Let's say, like, if it's a long cast or a long cast today, I'll stretch. So it's like a combination of all you guys, really. I don't eat any fried chicken though. And then also the post cast, I like to have tea. I like to have some ginger lemon tea. Like, that's my thing right there. So
that's nice.
that's pretty much it. So I'm also a big coffee man.
Okay, so we have OSX with chicken. We have Leo for coffee, Nicey for coffee and tea, and then this guy's stretching. It's okay. Interesting pre-casting rituals. I can't wait to see all of that come out during the season. Let's bring in question 3. And I think question 3 is going to be from a Jarix De Paz Veresio. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. From Tacloban City.
Uy, taga dito si ano,
Hi
si
po, ako nga po pala si Jarix Kenperesio at isa po ako sa fans ng MPL at lagi po akong nag-aabang sa mga updates tungkol dito. Alam nga po natin na maraming naging pagbabago at adjustments sa mga teams ngayon dahil nga naging franchise-based na nga ang ating MPL ngayon. Bukod sa mga adjustments na nangyari sa bawat teams ay ang tanong ko po sa inyo mga casters ay magfo-focus po ako sa nangyari sa ating MSC champion na dati na execration, which is Omega Esports na ngayon. Well, sa tingin nyo po ba naapektuhan ang mga players ng member dati ng team na execration na napunta sa Omega Esports? Naapektuhan po ba ang kanilang playstyle o ang kanilang laro sa pagkakaroon ng bagong organization or sa pag-acquire sa kanila ng Omega Esports dahil nga sa nangyari dahil sa franchise base na nga ang MPL? Yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Alright, thank you, Jarix De Paz Veresio. Okay, I want to throw this question to Leo because you're the Omega fan here. I know we've seen some of their members, or at least a version of their roster in other preseason tournaments. So, what do you have to say to that? Like, is it a good change? Is it a bad change? Because compared to other teams, we've already seen a version of them in action.
Yeah, I don't know if first off, real quick, ang ganda ng setup ni Jarix. Medyo slow to start, pero talagang free name niya. Free name niya yung tanong niya. Linagyan niya ng setup, linagyan niya ng parang context, tapos, nga pala, ito yung tanong. Good job, Jarix. Excited to hear more from you. But, yes, as the resident Omega fanboy, and sakto lang na sila yung execration lineup, hindi ko alam kung dun nga sa huli nating nakitang off-season tournament na Juicy Legends Pro Div Q3, I don't know whose directive it was na palaruin sina Alidap, palaruin sina Hito. Kasi dun sa group stage na tournament na yon, we were seeing all the new faces, all the rookies. And then, slowly, going into the playoffs, dun na naglaro, dun na pinapasok sina Eto Max, sina Kiel, sina Renzio, yung mga champion talaga. So,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Maybe it is an Omega directive na palaruin nyo dun sa early stages yung mga bago. Tapos kung kailangan, dyan yung ipasok yung mga veterano. But yeah, the way they played in the Pro Div, I think it was very execration. I think it was very prime X fashion. Like yung MSC nila, ganun muntik nilang ilaglag yung TNC. But I don't know. I can't say if it was completely negative or I don't know, completely positive kasi malakas naman talaga yung Smart Omega ngayon. So, them getting to third, I think that was third place. Them getting to third place in Juicy Legends was pretty solid. So, I don't think it affected them too much. I think nare-respeto naman ni Smart Omega yung lakas ng main 5.
Yeah, and considering that the main 5 is still there, I mean, it's still the same coaching staff. Andun pa rin si Coach Pakbet. So, hindi pa rin talaga mawawala yung identity ng execration for this new Smart Omega team. Pero mag-evolve siya, of course. Since you have more members now, you're gonna want to be able to get their experiences integrated into your system, into your playstyle, so that'll work out. Interesting thing I want to share, like an article I found talking about something that Zapnu shared in his vlog. He did admit that recently Smart Omega has had difficulty with a little bit of keeping up to schedule with their practices. I'm not sure if this goes for the main 5 or the entire organization kasi Zapno admitted like it's a very busy schedule for Smart Omega. I mean, other than players, wag niyo kalimutan yung mga players ay ang mga personalities din sila. They have things outside of being a pro player, diba? That really makes up their career. And some of the few members got sick. Hopefully they got better or they're better by now. So a lot of factors, but I agree with what you said there, Leo, where when it comes to Smart Omega, I mean, the core identity is still there from when we knew them as Execration. It'll probably just be an evolution, maybe an even better version of it than what we saw in MSC. All right, we'll bring in the next question this time. All right, the next one, I think we're on question number 4. This is 4, right? Yeah. From a John Marvy Nakurpura. John Marvy Nakurpura from Tarlac.
Hello guys, this is Marvy, and during the off-season po ng FPL, there were lots of roster changes, and I'll ask lang po sana if what team po yung nagkaroon po ng biggest advantage during the off-season break, and which 3 teams po would likely to win the MPL Season 8 champion po.
This is a question for Day 0 Episode 1. Not the pre-show, but I like it. It's a bold question. And I'm gonna toss it right out to OSX. Okay, let's frame it. There were different layers to his question. So, okay, for you, maybe not. Okay, I want to get your input on this. How he framed it, yung advantage, like based on the roster changes. Sa lahat ng rosters for MPL Season 8, sino yung nagkaroon ng advantage? And you can change the definition of advantage depending on what you think.
From Smart Omega and Execration, syempre, the King of the Sea still needs to remain intact. No? Without them, the chemistry just works so well. But with the new addition, as you mentioned, it will all evolve at some way. Pero ang pinakamasaya lang ditong part na since MPL is now a franchise, yung masaya is, there was one member, sino si Iyaknu, from Onyx, 2-time finalist, if I'm not mistaken, title holder. Tapos he's now with RSG, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
For RSG. Yes. So with these new bagong team to sa MPL Season 8, all of them are new at the same time. It's exciting because meron mga veteran, meron din mga existing who knows each and everyone's weakness and strengths. So having new player it come to addition, para kumbaga it's like a new recipe to be cooked through time, and the more habang tumatagal and as they practice during their vlogs, once they post or even share their thoughts on social media, all of them get together at the same time. May mga flexibility roles sila that they're happy to adjust with. So, merong iba na open in taking different roles, at the same time they're open in taking different decisions and making their team work. So, in terms of, kailangan na ba sabihin ng top 3 for MPL Season 8? Or
I feel like it's a bit too early for that.
No.
We can save that for episode 1, excuse me. But okay, so for you, it's like a team that sticks out for you is RSG. Actually, you mentioned something like that, Leo, where you called RSG like a true wild card because we haven't seen them.
Yeah. Sila yung tunay na nagtatago. The only one that actually we have no idea what they're up to. I mean, I spoke to Wrecker the other day and I'm in touch with Brian, pero they refuse to say anything specific, right? Hindi natin alam.
Yeah.
Alam ko nagpupuyat sila sa pagpa-practice, sa pag-scrim, but performance-wise, right? Like we technically saw 7 out of 8 already. We saw Bren, we saw like all of the 7 teams in some way or another, lumaban na sila using their roster. Pero yung RSG talaga sobrang tago eh. So, I was about to say, buti na lang bringing up ni YSX. That would be my answer too. I think RSG is doing well in this environment na medyo na-delay pa nga tayo, so there's more time for them to prepare. But, I'll give you guys an alternative. The team that I think benefited the most in the off-season is Brenny Sports. The way that they learned hard in the Nemo Invitational is really a wake-up call, and it's such a timely wake-up call kasi wake-up call siya right before the season starts, way before the season starts. So kung ano man ang nangyari doon that led to that result, they can fix way before season 8 begins, and then they can start strong. Yun lang. I think Brenny Sports really can learn a lot, and again, if you learn prior to the season, you can use the actual season to just gain points. Like, lalakas ka lang lalo. That's my take.
Yeah. Of course, Brand Esports and the Nemo Invitational, for those who haven't followed that tournament, Blacklist International was also there. They went on a deeper run. If I'm not mistaken, I think they were 3rd or 4th. And then Brand Esports got knocked out early in the playoffs for that. So that's what Leo's talking about. Yung harsh wake-up call na, okay, dami pa kailangan ayusin. But then, again, it's a good thing kasi ang dami yung oras to actually fix that. What about you, Naisu? So for OSX, it's RSG. Leo, it's a bit RSG, but also a bit Bren Esports. What team for you going into Season 8 is like a standout in terms of like the roster changes?
Man, I feel like a copycat because before those two even spoke, the first 2 teams that came to my mind was RSG. Basically, same reason that Leo mentioned. Like, I've been watching the off-season tournaments and everything, and like, we just haven't seen RSG, right? So it's like, this is what I like, because if you going into Season 8, you don't see a team play before that. It's like, I'm so excited to see what they bring to the table. So for me, RSG is who I have my eyes on as well. And aside from that, my other pick, just like Leo, was Bren. I've always actually, ever since, like, I've been a Bren fan, man. And yes, they had their wake-up call, like he mentioned, and it gives them an opportunity to really kind of, do what they need to do to fix those things, and hopefully to see them coming into Season 8. We'll see that Bren that I like to see. So I don't know. Those are my 2, man. So I know Leo mentioned those, but it's kind of same reasons. And I'm just super excited to see RSG, honestly.
No, but you don't have to worry about being a copycat because like that just goes to show that okay, like we're all in agreement here. Like yung mga
may logic,
talaga, like may logic talaga. Sila talaga yung may advantage, or there's a hidden thing about them. For me personally, okay, this will be really quick before we go on to the last question we're gonna flash. 3 teams actually pop up in my head. Of course, I'll respect to the other teams, but first off, Blacklist International. The only change they made is that they brought in Haji. We're seeing some, we're getting to see a lot of Haji playing the assassins in the mid lane as well. Oh My Venus and Wise. Oh My Venus and Haji changing up their position, and then. Of course, you also have Next Play EVOS. I think that's another team that's also holding their cards very close to their chest as well. So usually we're used to Next Play EVOS like being very loud on social media, saying a lot of things on social media. But like this is like I feel like the most how do I say this? The most secretive next play evos we're seeing going into the next season. I mean, we're still seeing their behind the scenes, their everyday life, but I feel like there's still a lot of things we're not seeing from them that might just surprise a lot of teams. And of course, TNC Pro Team, they're looking really good based off of off-season tournaments. They're looking really tough, and man, I'm looking forward to those three teams. But all right, so that's it. Let's move on to the last question now. Let's go. I'm not sure who this one will be. We're gonna see it. Why is this still my face? By the way, ako si Balmond. Yung Balmond God of Mountain Skin is out na sa client. Yun. Sherwin John Trespeses Pabiana from Bacolod City. Daming taga Bacolod
Ngayong hapon, yung tanong ko po ay para sa ating bagong MPL caster na si Sir OSX. Tanong ko lang po kung ano yung mga tips sa pagiging magaling na caster, or para sa mga beginners na gusto maging caster din sa local or sa MPL. Thank you po.
Wow. What an awesome
Okay.
question.
Kilala mo ba yun,
Sir-
OSX? You know that guy personally?
No. I don't know.
Alright. Sherwin, nice.
Dude, it would be so sad if we get a PM like, pre, nakalimutan mo na ako. Porket nasa MPL ka lang, nakalimutan mo na ako.
No.
Tapos talagang kilala niya pala, no?
No, but I love it. I love how someone sent like a direct question to OSX. Okay, so OSX, ano yung mga tips mo?
Okay, actually ako winning the caster search, and thank you for that question. Actually, it's quite a humbling question. Kumbaga, it's an honor to answer that. But then again, I am still on the grind and learning to be the great version of myself. So, as a tip that I learned through the caster search is madami tayong we have veteran casters who are existing during the early seasons of ML and some games in the Philippines. So one of the things that we realized is once you start a career in casting, make sure that yes, you will see these people like Sinamanjin, Shinbu, all of the kumaga names, they're known for from different seasons in ML now. But one thing about starting casting is you also need to find on how to be yourself more in front of the camera. So syempre meron ng meron ng Shinbu, meron ng Manjin, meron ng Reptar, meron ng Leo. So what about you now? Which was the main mission of our thing in the caster search? Is about with the hashtag your legend starts here and be legendary. It's all about siguro unlocking yourself, at the same time delivering your personality in every esports tournaments that you can come to play with or partnered with. So second thing is, yes, you will have an inspiration with the veteran casters in all of the games. Take them as an inspiration, but at the same time mix and match on what you can bring with your own personality para mas maganda yung spice mo in every casting that you are starting to do or starting to build with your community. At the same time, always have your community with you. Dahil syempre, in all things, you need to have a connection with the game. At the same time, the people who plays the game. So because the more you be with them, kumaga, they will take you more to a different place. Na I know somebody, nag-scrimmage yan, nagpapa-scrimmage yan last time, and he's a good guy. Maybe he can host the game next in the next tournament that we're having. So parang ganun. It's all about, since esports is totally connected with one another, kumaga the framework or even the network is growing. So everybody knows it. Everybody knows everybody. So it's better that you grow your community. You grow your community with you as you take your career into a greater height. Yeah.
So build yourself and build your connections. I like that. Those are two really solid tips. Speak of the devil, Leo,
The coffee.
pinalabas na yung ritual. Actually, Leo mentioned it earlier, may cast kami mamaya. I want to hear this from Leo and Naisu. What's like that one tip that you're gonna tell to future upcoming casters that you feel like they should know? Leo, we'll start with you.
All right. Be a nice guy. Yun lang. I think my number one tip, baka naman, Starbucks, but no, really. Number one is be a nice guy. Like, tanggalin mo na lahat. Tanggalin mo na yung pagiging malupit, pagiging pogi, pagiging magaling, pagiging rap god. When you take all that away, and then it comes down to the core and people don't like you or you're just not fun to work with, ano ka na? Diba? So, that's one thing I learned is in this industry or to make it anywhere really in life, you have to be kind, you have to be polite, you have to be someone people like working with. So, yun lang. Alalahanin mo kahit na gano'ng kalayo ang marating mo or kahit gano'ng kababa yung pinanggalingan mo, one thing will remain true is we will like working with people we like. So, be likable. Just be the best you. Yun lang. Yun yung tip ko.
Be nice. It's very simple, yet can be very difficult. But honestly, it's just something that, gotta do our best to strive for. Okay, nice. What's your one tip for future upcoming casters?
Just one quick tip, and the first thing that I was pretty much taught was to just listen. Get really good at listening to your co-casters. I think that's one of the things that most beginner casters they make a mistake of is in their head while their co-caster is speaking, they're thinking of what they're going to say next instead of actually listening to what their co-caster is saying. So really casting is more so like a conversation, but at the same time you're telling what's happening in the game. But you can usually tell when two casters aren't jiving together, and it's because no one's listening to each other. So that's the first tip I got when I started, and I'm really thankful that's what I was told. So yeah, that would be just to practice listening to your co-caster.
Okay. So for Leo, it's being nice. For OSX, it's build your connections while also building yourself up. And then for Naisu, it's listening to your co-caster. Para sa akin, you do you, man. Just be happy. Work with your friends. Make friends. Be nice. Yeah. Honestly, it's like it's all the things that you guys said. And yeah. So thank you so much to everyone who sent in questions. You can still send in questions via the official mechanics that will be flashing at the end here. There it is. Take a video of you asking your question for the casters. Send it via PM to the Covenry page. Comment on the giveaway post day 0 to confirm. Get a chance to win 1,000 diamonds by sending in your video questions. May tanong dito si Bimo. Penge po tips paano mag-tank. Bimo, baka naman pasabi na lang sa amin yung mga tips kasi ako hard stack ako sa Mythic 5 tank main ako. Patulong na lang po naman dyan. So, shoutout kay Ian Serio. What's up, Bimo? Jade Calora, Nick Mateo, they're also here. Marky Drew Labanoso, Mark Ariano. Who else is here? I almost said Leo Gaming. Sabi dito ng si Hyun as well, also sending in questions. Hyun, maganda yung mga tanong mo. Send it over to the giveaway na lang para may chance ka pa manalo ng diamonds. Sabi dito ng MPL-PH OSX, we'll try our best to send your signature fried chicken.
Boom.
Baka naman, please.
Make it happen. For day 1, please, MPL-PH. Masaya niyan, the full OSX ritual
lahat ng talent. I hope.
Happen.
Yeah, I hope.
You know. Uy, salamat.
Di ba?
Yeah. Ano to? Imagine mo yun, tiba-tiba, kung hindi lang si OSX yung may ritual ng kaon, lahat tayo meron kaon. Like, how much is that every day of MPL?
Diba?
What?
Kaon, pagkain ng mga kampiyon. Good. May commercial na yun.
Yeah.
Okay. MPL-PH, baka naman, thank you so much. Marian Isabel Narceles. Hello, and Kenneth Marco. Thank you so much to everyone. JM as well. Okay, that's about it. Before we go, real quick though, let's give you guys a chance to promote your social media. So start with OSX.
Okay, you can follow. Sabi na nga ba you can follow me on Facebook. It's OSXPH. Same on Twitter, OSXPH as well. Pati Instagram. With an underscore lang sa Instagram and TikTok. One straight OSXPH.
That is unified,
same time trying to grow. Yeah, I'm trying to unify, but at the same time, medyo may nakakuha na ng OSXPH on the Instagram. So yeah, may underscore na lang. So yun, follow me there, and I'm just trying to grow my page for weekly community games and streams, anything crazy. Trying to build magic as well with Leo. So kung magawa ko yun, hoping tuloy-tuloy ating content. So yeah, that's it. OSXPH. OSX.
Alright. For my social media page, which will be shown later, Naisu what are your social media pages?
Yeah, so I don't have the unity that OSX has, but if you guys just type Naisu into any of these, you'll be able to find me. So except for Instagram because it's my name. So but yeah, give me a follow, and I usually stream too multiple times a week, just not right now because Converge. But hopefully I can do that soon. So
Okay, so those are Daisu's pages. Leo, what are yours?
Okay. Y'all can catch me via LeoCastPH everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. YouTube, I think you can also search me up. I have a few videos, some pending. And as well, my website, www.leocastsph.com. Na-update ko na yung banner doon with the help of my lovely partner, si Shane. Kalbo na rin ako doon. So yung banner ko doon, kalbo.
Nice.
Yung sa baba, affiliations, kalbo. But yes, this is the look. This is what we're going with. And ayun, just thank you. And shout outs to everyone supporting us all the time. Thank you, thank you.
And for me, you can catch me everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. For a second, nakala ko hindi napapakita ni Direk eh. At Esports Reptar. Everywhere on those pages. Pero nasa YouTube din ako, Renmar the Reptar. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in for this special pre-show episode of Day Zero. This is not episode 1. Episode 1, when we start discussing heavily about the meta, about going into the season, about the teams, about all the juicy analysis stuff that Day Zero is known for, well, that's going to be happening a few days before the start of MPL Philippines Season 8. But before anything else, we just want to say, please take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear a mask if you can. Please do get vaccinated. There are a lot of opportunities to do that. Work with your local government units. As well, I know there are also private entities who are looking to really help people get vaccinated as well. So yes, let's all please just take care of ourselves so we can finally get out of this pandemic. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it so much. This has been OSX, Leo, Naisu, and myself, Reptar. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!